Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we're going to be doing a another severe weather coverage live stream. This time we have a tornado warning in New York State, and I actually have a surprise here. Look what I got. I have radar scope, and that is something pretty awesome to have. Just got it not too long ago, and this is a radar scope here on from the Microsoft Store. If you hear any wind or anything in the mic, I have a fan going on because it is just hot where I'm at. And this I have a fan going on because it is just hot where I'm at. And this the only tornado warning we currently have. So this is some of the stuff that we'll be using. We have super high res velocity here, and that's the big thing we'll be using for these severe weather coverages. So really at this point, your rotation is actually more right in there where you have those greens and reds start to touch each other. You got some rotation. And we have some weak rotation with this here. There's a tornado warning in effect here. You can see a new severe thunderstorm warning just popped up. So it is radar indicated as of right now. Tornado warning is for southeastern uh, Cat Arguellas County in western New York, and that's really it. It's moving pretty slow, 20 miles per hour, so dangerous situation here, possibly. And the tornado warning will expire in about 10 minutes. So welcome to anybody that's going to be joining the stream here. And so no one has talked to anything yet. So I'm going to do this very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and try to get onto YouTube here, and I'm going to go on ahead and put the link into Twitter just to let people know that I'm live streaming. Go on ahead and do that very quickly here. So I'm live right now, and I on my PC. There we go. Live, and then bam. So there we go. That's all I really need. We'll probably put chat there. You know what? Let's keep this open here. Well, actually not. Um, but welcome to anybody that's going to be joining the live stream anyways. So this is your mesoscale analysis for right now. We do not have a tornado. However, we do have a tornado warning. You can see the box right there. And we also have a severe thunderstorm watch as well. And there it is right there. And they have cut it off, so it's right now for a few more counties in eastern Ohio at this time. If we look into how much instability, these storms here do not have a lot of instability to work with, so eventually these storms here will be starting to die down. However, we have quite a bit of instability across western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio. Those will be the areas to watch there in that surface-based cape, so there's still instability out there. And here's the mid levels. Kind of similar, but lower. So really, again, eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania will be the areas to watch as of right now. So let's kind of go back here. So here's your tornado warning here. So your rotation will be right over in here. We do not have any highways numbers here. That'd be probably something that be also to add. But anyways, here we got a few towns that's just north of Limestone, and there's Olin right there. This really the circulation is pretty much like right here. So it's right now about 7.6 miles away from my town, and then St. Bohanter, 8.5 miles, and Onland, it's about 10.5 miles as of right now. So right now your circulation is right here. It's over the intersection right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and get chat pulled up on my phone here. All right, seems like rotation is starting to get significantly stronger. That's not a good sign at all. If you guys do have any questions in the chat, you could go on ahead and put it in the chat. There's a tornado on the ground in Minnesota. All right, well, thanks for letting me know. There we go. So hopefully my phone doesn't fall down. So we actually might have another one in New York's New York State, but in Minnesota, where in Minnesota, the severe thunderstorm warning says about to get tornado warned. Okay, I see. Where are you talking about here? So let's move our radar sight very quickly. So you're telling me there's a tornado on the ground? Yeah, there is rotation with this one here as well. Let's take a look to the correlation coefficient here. See if we got any. Yeah, we actually might be getting something right now. A little drop there will be the area to watch here. You guys, yeah, your rotation's right here. So so there, so one of the viewers are saying that we have a tornado on the ground in that cell right there in Minnesota. We may have a tornado on the ground in New York. And we'll have the watches and warnings right up here as well. So we'll see what this is about here. So the severe thunderstorm warning includes for Central Lake County. Quarter-size hail, radar indicated damage to vehicles is expected. Winds with this does it say more of a tornadoes also possible with this. Winds are not that strong um, with this here. So yeah, you can see here's the radar indication, 1 inch size hail in diameter. So yeah, the man Hunter J probably won't be doing that. Let's move here where we actually starting to get some rapid rotation right now. Um, let's take a look into some other things in here as well. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient, which we actually are having a drop right now. So we actually may have a tornado on the ground in um, New York State right now. So we actually may have two tornadoes ongoing, one in New York State and another one in Minnesota. We're going to see if that one up in Minnesota gets tornado warned, which it hasn't yet. So let's focus on this one here first, because that one up there doesn't really have much of a drop, but this one here does. So we'll probably confirm a tornado on the ground here. And let's see what the movement of this is going on right now. So yeah, you can see there it just popped up right there. It's not a clear visual of it, but that is a indication that there is debris getting aloft. So let's go back to the reflectivity. So got a little hook going on here. So it's moving southeast here, about indication of the storm track here. Um, these towns here might able to get lucky. It might miss them to the south. At least we'll be hoping so. A couple of towns that need to watch us very extremely closely would be Weston Mills and Portville. Portville probably should be in tornado warning at this time. Um, if the tornado does continue its track, if it holds its strength, the tornado will likely hit Portville, which is not good at all. We we got Shingle House as well under the gun for this. It should miss to the north of Limestone and Eldred. But this is something to really watch for, and you can see here now it's coming up here now, indicating there might be a tornado. And here's the super res velocity here, and you can see here some rotation is still ongoing here. Might be another one to the north as well. You can see the correlation coefficient. Yeah, tornadoes be ongoing here. My nephew lives in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Good news is that there's no severe weather ongoing in South Carolina right now. In South Carolina, Craig. Um, Let's see about this new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued here. This is new. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, penny size hail possible. Radar indicated here. Let's see if we can get a tornado warning on this, because we'll probably have a tornado on the ground right there. That's a drop in the correlation there. And this is in really just north of the state line of New York State and Pennsylvania. You can see here's Erie, Pennsylvania right there. And whoops. So right now your tornado is about 14 miles away from Portville, about 11 and a half miles from Weston Mills as of right now. Hello, Stewie Griffin. Welcome to the stream. And this is something that we're going to watch for very closely. We'll see if we can get a new tornado warning on this one. As right now, this tornado warning is only for radar indicated. This time, still got no tornado warning on the supercell in Minnesota here, like someone's telling me about. So let's move our radar sites here. Let's actually turn on the reflectivity here. So got your hook echo going on right in here. So if there's going to be any rotation, it's going to be right in there. It's also looking to be a little rain wrapped as well. So let's also take a look into the velocity on this. And there is rotation right up here. So if someone told me there's a report of a tornado on this here, that's what I'm going to look on Twitter here. See if we're getting any reports coming in from that storm in New York State. Seems like we already had a tornado between Erie and Buffalo earlier. Unfortunately, I missed that. Looks like we got no other information from Twitter talking about this. Really, either of these cells here. Looks like the rotation is kind of dying down a little bit. Let's go back to New York State here. Looks like they're not going to continue the tornado warning. Surprisingly enough, I mean, it's pretty clear that there's rotation here, so I'm actually surprised that there's no continuation of this with this supercell here. You can see we're getting a drop here, so I am pretty confused right now. Craig says anything happening in Batavia. Uh, I do not know where that is, so if you can maybe give me which part of the state that city is in, I'm able to know that. Oh, here it is. I found it. Nothing's going on. More than likely the severe threat is over for that area. See, there you are right here. So right now the atmosphere at this point it's not favorable for severe weather because you got all this light rain around, so nothing's happening there right now. Yeah, this is a honestly this should be tornado warned right now. I'm surprised that it's not. See the rotation is still there. You can see the progress with this drop in the correlation coefficient. It's right here. So, and we just got a new updated scan here. You can see it's now moved on right here. Super high risk for velocity. It's not been updated yet, but there is rotation right in there. Let's see if I can do this a little better. Right in here, where these reds and greens touch here. So the winds going towards the radar is looks like about 50-55 miles per hour. Meanwhile, in the reds, not that strong, about 10 miles per hour, but still some rotation with it. That storm. There's another area of interest right down here in Pennsylvania. Let's take a look into that. Here, we'll put two circles here. Let's look into the high risk reflectivity. That's actually not be anything here. Let's look into the correlation coefficient. Yeah, nothing. If you guys do have any questions, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. Pretty good supercell right now. Got your, you got your hook echo right here. It's a pretty good hook echo. Your rotation will be right in here. If this velocity can update, yeah, here we go. So your rotation's like right in there at this time. So there not might be a tornado warning, but I probably will be prepared to take shelter if it probably will still stay in shelter because this is still rotating. We're also still getting this drop here. It's sometimes it'd be hard to tell if there's actually a tornado or not sometimes, especially when this is not like really clear, like a like a clear drop, you know. I made that one mistake last time with an actual meteorologist telling me that was like nothing in a head rotation. So, yeah, that was a couple months ago. And that was not on a live stream, that was actually on Twitter. Rotation's still ongoing here. Let's take a look into some of these other storms that's going right now. So, got your storms going on in here. Some of these are probably going to be strong storms, like this one here. It's probably a strong one. Really, these storms are pretty messy. Um, let's take a look back at that storm right up here. And click it to there. Yeah, you still got your hook echo right in here. Yeah, it's kind of a mess right now. It's not really it's not really clear with the rotation. Correlation coefficient, there's nothing uh, there. Which is good. It's just good news. Got a pretty good storm by Sandstone here, probably producing some large hail right now. Yeah, 1.5 inches in diameter. That's in Minnesota. All these storms are. This storm right here is becoming a little bit supercellular. Has a little hook echo. Let's take a look into this one. Yeah, it's got nothing on it. Uh, go back here. Let's see here. Go back to this radar site here. Still got the hook echo going on. Here's your velocity again. Its rotation is right in here, so really the tornado threat's not over from this storm yet. Here's your base velocity here. See, it's still there. Your correlation coefficient, which is actually starting to go away, which is good news. It's a little bit still there, so there's some good news with this here. I think we're going to have to stick with this velocity because that's what really tells the story. Is the velocity here on here. Thank you, Stewie Griffin, for subscribing. Do appreciate it. I might not get everybody's notification for anybody subscribing to me. You got to blame on YouTube for that because I'm not really getting every notification from people subscribing to me. So, I mean, if you really do like this, if you really do like my channel, you can subscribe to me. That's your choice. See how far away this rotation is. It's about there. So it's about 11.7 miles away as of right now for Portville. We'll see if we get a tornado warning on this soon. And it seems like the rotation is starting to broad out. You see the rotation is starting to get weaker and weaker. The greens and the reds are starting to go and not towards each other, but going outwards. So that's indication. That's what we mean. That's what broad rotation is. It's starting to fall apart, which is good news. See, the hook echo is still there. I'll imagine there's a wall cloud there. I would imagine. Your correlation coefficient, we do not have indication of any tornado or anything like that, but here's your play right there. You can see how it pops up here and then moves along and now it's gone. Let's take a look, see if there's any other storms that has any rotation. Might be something there just north of Warren. But yeah, could be something there. We'll take a look at this storm over here. Got some pretty big storms out in Minnesota as of right now. Let's see. Someone said there was probably a tornado, but I think that was some misinformation there because there's no tornado warning that's been issued or anything like that. Although, getting a pretty good indication of rotation right here. Uh, See if there's any drop in the correlation coefficient. No, we don't. You can see you got some other supercells ongoing here. Got one right here. Got a nice hook echo on it. Another storm interest right there. Pretty good storm by two harbors. So we have a couple of flash flood warnings and a severe thunderstorm warning here. Severe thunderstorm warning will be expiring in 16 minutes. Oh, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning just popped up. Let's go to that. And we also have a severe thunderstorm warning in Colorado that just popped up. We'll see if there's any information on here. It's loading. Southeastern Cartagena County in western New York and southwestern Allegheny County in western New York. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail possible. And no really any information on tornado threat. Sometimes they'll put something in these severe thunderstorm warnings if there's like a possibility for a tornado. Sometimes Natural Service offices will do that. In fact, that's what they did to this one up in Minnesota, I believe, which is now has expired. So that should go away. So supercell ongoing here, and they're saying that there's some possibly some strong winds with this. See if we can get a different view on this radar site here. Oh yeah, we have this tool. Let's see here, 51 mile per hour winds from the velocity. And keep in mind, this is not at the surface. This is above the surface. So you're going to take these numbers here, really. You could probably bring it down some, and that's what you would get sometimes. Yeah, 51 mile per hour winds. Let's go to that severe thunderstorm warning in Colorado. Let's see. Yeah, large hail producer radar indicated 1.75 inches size hail in diameter. Yeah, quarter sized hail is going to be the big problem there. Let's go back to these storms right here. It's really started to become a mess now. And these storms here started to enter a atmosphere that's not good for severe weather. Let's take a look into down here. See if there's any good storms. Much better down here in western Pennsylvania. This storm here has some winds to it. 20 miles per hour. It's not that strong, but does have some wind to it. Not much going on there. you actually have a little better view right here. Some stronger winds from this radar site on this storm right here. You also got this radar site as well, which is that's the one it's getting closer to. So not rotation is slowly dying off, but more likely starting to become outflow dominant. So it's pretty much the main threat from this is straight line winds. So you can take a look on here. 51 mile per hour winds, not at the surface, but just above the surface. Radar scope probably been pretty useful yesterday. I just got it today, so. And this is what's really going to help my severe uh, weather streams. You know, like this one here. It's really going to help a lot. Really, we're just going to be staying on one tab, then multiple tabs, like I used to. So, yeah, this is very useful. You can see here. The severe thunderstorm warning includes Algeny, Olin, Weston Mills, Portville, Richburg, and Bolivar, uh, which will expire in 41 minutes. And I don't think it's not much else going on here. We'll kind of skim for these radar sites here, see if there's anything going on. See if there's any storms of interest here. Oh, this one here might be having something going on. Let's go. It's this storm right here. Yeah, it does have a hook on it. It does. Starting to form a hook. Um, if I can get the pin, thank you. Right in there. And that's in Minnesota, south of Sandstone. That'll be 7 to watch here. If you want to know where that is about 61 miles southwest Doliof. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry, guys. Um, yeah, about 60 miles. That's how far away that is. Let's take a look at some of these other storms here. These are starting to become a little bit more supercellular. There's actually some rotation right here. Let's look at the correlation coefficient on this, and there's nothing. So this is starting to have a little hook on it, so it's starting to rotate just a little bit. It's not strong rotation, but definitely a storm to keep an eye on there. And let's see. And that is about 26 and a half miles. Um, pretty much northwest of Dolov. I might have pronounced that right. That's how far away that storm is. You also got this other storm here as well. Couple supercells to watch. Yeah, about 36 miles on that storm right there. Eventually, we'll probably start to get some marine warnings. on this storm here. Surprisingly, there's not. I mean, it's producing probably some, possibly some large hail. Whoops. I mean, I'm surprised there's not a marine warning for this storm right here. The other ones is fine, but that one there probably needs a marine warning on it, just for the large hail and for the strong winds. Let's take a look back at these storms here. Yeah, this storm here is starting to fall apart. Yeah, pretty much it's the tornado threat at this point from this storm is pretty much gone. So we don't really have to worry about those storms anymore. And I think that would do for this live stream here. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this pretty short severe weather live stream. If you guys would like this live stream, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys got questions about this, oh, wait a minute. For some reason, my channel on my phone here didn't pull up anything. That's actually weird. Um, what app am I using? I'm using Radar Scope. Uh, yeah, that Minnesota storm is taking directly on Finland. Yeah, but anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this live stream. If you guys did really like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. I plan on tomorrow probably might be making my first fall 2020 forecast maybe tomorrow or this weekend. We'll see about that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.